Lovable has this amazing feature where it prompts you if you need to refactor specific files in your code base. But don't just blindly accept it. If you do, you could totally screw up your code base. Here's how to actually use it without breaking everything. And by the way, bookmark this so you can use it later, and give me a follow if you want to learn to build with AI. So first off, what even is refactoring? If I break it down into simple layman's terms, it is just making it easier to read and maintain your code without changing what it actually does. That could be making it simpler, shorter, more modular. All those things make it cleaner and easier to maintain. So I'm gonna show you an actual example from this app I've been building, Prompt Social. Think of it as like a prompt library with a social component where you can like, share, comment on other people's prompts and prompt libraries. But I get to this point after it implemented a new feature and it said, okay, you should refactor these two files. And what's cool is all you got to do is literally just click on it and it'll go refactor it for you. But what I've learned is sometimes when you just blindly click that, it'll refactor it, but it's not taking into account the entire code base, which can screw things up later on. It can just create a whole mess. So what I did this time around instead is I then went into the chat functionality, which is down here. Just click that and basically it's gonna reason and work without writing any code. And I asked it a question. I said, this functionality works perfectly, great work. I got a question for you. I'm being prompted by Lovable to refactor these two files. Two questions. Do you think it's necessary to do this refactoring right now for either of the files? And two, I've noticed when Lovable does this refactoring, it splits the files into smaller files. Is this always the best approach? Are there potentially any negative consequences that could result from letting Lovable proactively do this refactoring? And then it went through this awesome analysis, reading all of these different files in the code base. And then it gave me details on if it was necessary right now for the specific files it was talking about. And then it talked about how large the file is, the purpose of the file and the code within it, and how complex it is. It even went through the drawbacks of doing this. And then it gave me its current observations. And I found there's duplication between the prompt details file and the prompt form. And then it gives this awesome recommendation for how to refactor these two files. Ultimately saying the most beneficial refactoring would be to consolidate the duplicate code between prompt detail and prompt form, particularly the tag management logic. So it logically thought through the problem. It looked at the app holistically, the different files, and it determined the best approach to make it more modular and easier to maintain. So if you ever get prompted by Lovable to refactor something, make sure you go in and actually talk to it first, see what its plan is, see if you're good with it, and then go from there.